Welcome to my website. I will be showing you through my website and all the different codes I've used, along with the pages and the different programming languages used. So as you can see, you are now viewing my home page. Now this here is the home page. So along the navigation bar, if I click on the home page, we return back to here. So firstly, start off with the navigation bar. So as you can see, I have 5 things on the navigation bar. However, this is abandoned. It doesn't take you anywhere. It's just the website's name, and also it's just to promote it. So it's a bit abandoned. So initially, I have 4 pages. So I have the home page, about me page, places, and comment. My website is created for a travel blog. So essentially, it's about me blogging about travel. So I will be uploading pictures in my places page, where you can see all the different places that I've been, and about me is where you can find my social media pages and also follow me around. And I will also be talking about me in general and why I like traveling. So as you can see, we are currently on the home page. Now we have a image in the background which has been styled using a CSS style sheet, and we have a heading here which we can see. So at the bottom here we have a paragraph which using the paragraph tags, and right at the bottom here you can see a footer. So I will be taking you through the code. So this home page. So as you can see, I have the navigation code. So this navigation bar is essentially for this bar. So here you can see I have all the different navigations. So as you can see, I have a home page, about me page, places, and a comment page. Now, as you can see again, the navigation bar brand is the travel book. So it doesn't go anywhere, it's just there for branding. So it just is what my website is called. Now, as you can see, I've given it an ID. Now, as this is the home page HTML, when I have clicked upon the home page, it makes this active. So that's why there is a class active. So if I was to go upon the next site on my About Me page, the About Me page would be active. Underneath here, I have the header. So this is where this comes into place. Now, however, as you can see, there is no styling done here. So the styling is done via my style sheet, which is connected. So this is all different styles. So as you can see, I had named this, given it an ID of header 1. So this here allows me to essentially create a style for that specific purpose. Now, as you can see, my next page is the About Me page. Now, the first thing you are drawn to is a clock. Now, this is done using a JavaScript code. So if we go into the About Me page, you can see here that we have been called for, we have a call for a source that is in the static, in the JS, and the clock JS. So that essentially means the source of this JavaScript is based in the static folder, which is then in a JS folder, and the file is called clock.js. So if we follow that through here, we have the static folder, then we are given the JS folder, and clock is here. So if we open that up, this is the code that was needed to make this clock appear. However, this has again been styled. Therefore, as you can see, this has been given an ID of clock. So as you can see here, this is the code for there as well. So it's been given an ID of clock. So if we go back into my style sheet, you can see right at the bottom here, I have given it a font size, text align, and color white. Now, below this we have an image. Now this image is again in one of my pictures, so it'll be called like that. So the next thing you see, we have containers. So this splits the page, so this is one container and the second container. Now as you can see here, we have links. A picture, a link. Now this is great for social media purposes. So as you can see, if when I'm over here, the cursor is normal. When I go over, it's wanting to click upon it. So if I right click this and open it up in a new tab, you can see it has linked it to my social media page along with all the rest. And again, we have the same at the bottom. So this just made this a about me page. Again, if you see the code for this, we have my first container, which again I've given divisions, and there's my last one. So as you can notice, these are perfectly aligned and evenly spaced out. That's because I have given them a grid system. So I've used a column on a small screen to get it 4 columns in a row, and that's for all of them. So essentially this means on small screens or normal size screens, small to medium screens, you can see that this column is 4 spaces and the next one is in 4 spaces, and the grid system is made up of 12 columns, so 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12, so it's evenly spread out. And that's what these are. So as you can see, it's the same again. Now, if we go on to my next page, which is the places, so if we click upon places, you can see that we have a carousel. Now, this carousel is working perfectly fine, and as you can see at the bottom, if each time the picture moves, I can click upon here or the buttons. I can even go back. So the coding behind this is in my places. So as you can see here, the coding starts. So as you can see, the data slide is referring to how many pictures there are and essentially how many little buttons we have at the bottom. Now as you can see, we have 3, although programming languages normally start with a 0, so that's why we have 0, 1, 2 instead of 1, 2, 3. Now as you can see, in the carousel we have the pictures itself. Now these are put in using divs. So as you can see, we have what's inside the carousel and what's currently active. So each time I go onto this page, the first picture will always be active first. And as you can see, again, this is picked up the coding from my website, from my folders here, and it's just brought out the source from there. And I've also given it a caption. So as you can see, the first one is called Disneyland. So if we go back, there we go, first one is called Disneyland, the second one is called Weddings, and so on. So you are able to give them captions. However, you need to be able to control your carousel, and this is how we are controlling it. This is done using the JavaScript script. So as you can see, the dots on there are used to do that. So as you can see, the arrow itself is by this carousel control. However, the actual image of an arrow that you see is created here. So these are already assigned in the bootstrap. And again, I have another JavaScript here. This is solely based upon the working of a carousel. So the carousel works on a timer. So if I leave it for long enough, it will automatically rotate to the next picture without me having to click upon it. And the current interval time is set on 5,000, but I could change up or down depending on how fast or slow I want it to be. So at the moment I have it as very slow because as I want the user to determine whether or not they want to change the picture themselves or not. So as you can see, I also have one more last page, which is called the comment page. And also, as you just saw, the picture just moved itself. So lastly, we have our comment page. Now on the comment page, as you can see, it's just a simple form which requires input from the user. So if I just type out my name there and just a quick hello, I can submit that and that would go back. So if you see the coding here, this is the coding for this. So as you can see, it's labeled, it's giving it using a form tag and labeling it name, and it's requiring an input, and also the input is a submit value as well. So this creates a website for me. Now as you can see, we have statements here. Now this is because we are using Flask. Now within Flask we had to create a base, and this is everything that stays same can stay in the base. So as you can see on all my pages we had the same footer, therefore the footer could go in here. So in all my other pages I didn't require a footer at the end because the footer stays the same, so I can create it in the base. Also these sources and links and the style sheets are all the same, therefore I required them to also stay in the base file as they will all be called upon. Now to create it we need a routing file. This is where we are calling Flask and importing Flask and a render template from our folder here, which is the virtual environment. As you can see, we are routing. So the first one is routing the home page. And as you can see, it's returning the home page as the home HTML page, which is right here in the templates folder. Now we are just calling it home, and now this makes it easier to call it upon. So allowing the user more flexibility. So say I wanted to go back to home, I could if I type out home here, it will take me back to the home page. And again, if I type out the about me, it will take me to the about me page. So this is essentially just, and then this the code here is stating if all is well, it will execute found within. I've also a included a debugger, so in case my code goes wrong, a debugger will show up of where my code has gone wrong. Now this will save time and hassle on having to search it myself. So this is my website. It's a full dynamic website and it's working well. Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed it.